Welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below. Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we are discussing important current affairs for 27th of December. The session will be quite interesting and important. Stay tuned with us till the end. In this video we are talking about Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana that has completed 25 years of rural road development. Then Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched 5 digital governance reforms on Good Governance Day. And Ministry of Corporate Affairs has granted NOCs to Al Hind Air, Fly Express and Shank here, right? So this is Ministry of Civil Aviation, not Corporate Affairs. Ministry of Civil Aviation has granted these. These are the 3 airlines that we will be discussing where they have got the approval. Then we are talking about President Draupadi Murmu ma'am. She has released the constitution in Santhali language. All these things and many more will be discussed in this video. Stay tuned with us till the end. If you are new here, do subscribe to us. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. The content we provide on daily basis is top-notch and it will be quite beneficial for all the students who are preparing for competitive exams. Let's start with national affairs. First thing is Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana has completed 25 years of rural road development. Right, this is Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. When was this launched? It was launched on 25th of December in the year 2000. This is the year that I want you all to take a note of. Right, it is one of the most transformative rural infrastructure program and it has celebrated 25th anniversary lately. Correct. This scheme has recently approved more than 8,25,000 roads or kilometers of roads. Right, here you can see, and completed around 7,87,000 of roads. The objective here is to provide all-weather road connectivity in the unconnected habitation in rural areas. So that aim here is to enhance the connectivity. If there will be better connectivity, the trade can flourish. The movement of people can flourish between 2 locations. Which is the responsible ministry here? It is Ministry of Rural Development. This is a central sector scheme, right? And the funding partner of this scheme is 60:40. What does this mean? That 60% will be contributed by the central government and rest 40 by the state government. And for the union territories, it is 90-10. That is 90% by the center and 10% by the union territory. Correct, students? Take a note of it. Moving on. Next is Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched 5 digital governance reforms on Good Governance Day. When do we observe the Good Governance Day? This is your first question. Good Governance Day is observed on 25th December and it is on the birth anniversary of former 10th President of Prime Minister of India, late Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji. Correct? So, Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched 5 digital initiatives. First, compendium on reservation for ex-servicemen, right? This has been launched. This is consolidating all the existing instruments into a single updated reference document. Second, AI-powered recruitment rules generator tool. It has introduced integrated with the recruitment rules formation amendment and monitoring system. Then third, EHMRS 2.0 mobile application, and here it has been launched both for Android as well as iOS system, that are your Apple phones or other Apple operating devices. Then fourth is iGOT platform, correct? And fifth is KDLL, that is your Karam Yogi Digital Learning 2.0. It has been launched as an upgraded facility for digital content creation. So these are the 5 things that has been launched here. So take a note of this. Moving on, Ministry of Civil Aviation has granted the NOC to Al Hind Air, Fly Express and Shank Air. These are the 3 new airlines that will be coming into play in India. All these 3 airlines, they are expected to start their operations in 2026. And here, remember who granted this approval? Ministry of Civil Aviation. What is this NOC? NOC is your no object certification. Correct? Take a note of this. Next, why this step has been taken? The reason for this step is, students, that there was a monopoly in the market that was dominated by Indigo and Air India Group. So to kill this monopoly of these two organizations, these three airlines will be coming into play. Next is President Draupadi Murmu ma'am has released the constitution in Santhali language. Correct? So Santhali language, correct, and in this Constitution of India has been released. It was during a function held at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. Moving on. Next, NIFTEMK, that is your National Institute of Food Technology, Entrepreneurship and Management in Kundli. This is under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ministry of Minority Affairs to implement Pradhan Mantri Virasat Ka Samavardhan scheme. This scheme is aimed at providing demand-based skill training and ensure employment and livelihood opportunities. So what is this PM Vikas scheme? Here skilling will be done under this scheme. Entrepreneurship will be provided under this scheme. Or we can say industry ready skills will be provided here. Correct? So these are the two things that you need to remember. If asked about PM Vikas scheme, you should know the full form first, and second, what is it? It is to provide skilling opportunities, and based on that also to ensure employment and livelihood opportunities to the individuals. So this is the MOU that has been signed with the Ministry of Minority Affairs here. Moving on. Next is Zoho backed Voxel Grids built India's first indigenous MRI scanner. I repeat, Voxel Grids, that is a Zoho company backed startup. They have developed India's first fully indigenous 1.5 Tesla magnetic resonance imaging scanner, that is MRI scanner, at Chandrapur Cancer Care Foundation near Nagpur, Maharashtra. See, this MRI, you must have visited a doctor, and there has been in a lifetime, you, your neighbor, your friend or anyone in the family must have got this MRI scan. Correct? This gives better imaging of your body to the doctor, and it helps them to predict better and do better analysis about the disease that you are going through. So earlier what was happening is that we used to import these MRI from all around the world, but now we are seeing this fully indigenous 1.5 MRI scanner has been developed by Voxel Grid. Good news and interesting news, students. Next is India has unveiled the first organized crime network database to track the organized crime criminals and terror links. I repeat, Amit Shah, our Home Minister, has launched India's first ever national level organized crime network database to combat the organized crime and terror linked network. The database was unveiled at the Enter Terror Conference 2025, that is a 2-day long annual event held in New Delhi. Next is international affairs. India to assume the chairmanship of Kimberley process from 1st of January 2026 onwards. I repeat, our country India will officially assume the chair of the Kimberley process certification scheme, that is KPCS, also known as the Kimberley process. This is basically a global initiative to remove the conflict diamonds from the global supply chain, that is to remove the diamonds that are damaged or not pure diamonds, right? Those are defective piece or those are conflicted diamonds, to remove them from the global supply chains. Correct? And India will be assuming the chairmanship here from 1st of January 2026 onwards. This is also important. And this is for the third time that India has been elected to the chair of the Kimberley process. India will assume the chairmanship from whom? We will take over the chairmanship from UAE, and now India will be having the chairmanship here for this. Moving on. Next is banking and finance, students. SEBI has simplified the process for issuing duplicate securities and has increased the threshold here. I repeat, SEBI has simplified the process of issuance of duplicate securities by increasing the threshold and increasing the documentation required. Here, the new threshold, if we talk about this, the regulator has doubled the monetary threshold for simplified document that was 5 lakh rupees, which now has been increased to 10 lakh rupees now, making the process faster, more efficient and investor friendly. This implies that the investor holding securities are now valued up to 10 lakh rupees will now be required to submit fewer documents. And these new rules, they will be coming into effect immediately and will also apply to the applications that are currently under process. Now, if we talk about SEBI, who is the chairperson of SEBI, students? Tuhin Kanta Pandey is the chairperson here. If we talk about headquarter in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and students, $1 is now almost 91 rupees. Our value of money is depreciating. Next is appointments and resignation. Government has appointed 3 senior advocates as the ASGs for the Supreme Court. What is an ASG? Additional Solicitor General. So, Appointments Committee of the Cabinet headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved the appointment of senior advocate Davinder Pal Singh and Anil Kaushik and Kaka Mandela Ravindra Kumar as the additional Solicitor Generals for India in the Supreme Court of India. The appointments are valid for 3 years from the date of assuming the office or until further order, whichever comes the first. So remember these 3 appointments. Next is PV Sindhu, 2-time Olympic medalist and 2019 world champion. PV Sindhu has been elected the chair of the BWF Athletics Commission for 26 to 29. Very important, students. She will be succeeding whom? Gracia Polly of Indonesia. Then next is science and tech. Our country has successfully test-fired the K4 missile with 35,000 kilometer range from INS Arigat. Multiple things. Our country, India, tested it. We tested what? We tested K4 missile. What is the range of this K4 missile? It is 35,000 kilometer, 3,500 kilometer. And from where it was tested and what was used to test here? So which INS was used to test here? It is INS Arigat that was used to test this. India's second nuclear powered submarine, that is your Arigat. And from where, what is the location from where this was tested? This was tested in the Bay of Bengal off the coast of Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So in Bay of Bengal, we tested this K4 missile with 3,500 kilometer range, and it was tested using INS Arigat. Who manufactured this K4 missile? BDL, Bharat Dynamics Limited manufactured it. It was developed by DRDO. Right, students? Moving on. Next is environment. ZSI, Zoological Survey of India scientist has discovered new soil dwelling micro arthropod species, that is Nilus Sikkimenis, and it is to honor the Sikkim state. This has been recently granted, and this is the new name of this new soil dwelling micro arthropod species that has been discovered here. Next is important days. Veer Bal Divas. It is observed on 26th of December. This day is observed basically to honor the martyrdom of the Shaibazadas, the 4 sons of Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Right? That is the Shri Gobind Singh is the 10th Sikh Guru. Correct? Take a note of this. So, when do we observe this Veer Bal Divas? It is observed on 26th of December. First time this day was observed in the year 2022. Next is International Day of Epidemic Preparedness, observed on 27th of December. This day is observed so that we should be prepared if humanity faces any other epidemic such as your COVID-19. So we should be prepared for it, right? To prevent it, we should be prepared for it, and also we should have a proper response to such epidemics in future. This year it was the 6th observance of this International Day of Epidemic Preparedness. First time it was observed in 2020 on 27th of December. Next is state news, students. Odisha government has appointed Anu Garg as the first women chief secretary here. Correct? So who is the first women chief secretary of Odisha? She is Anu Garg. And this appointment will come into effect from 1st of January following the retirement of incumbent CS Manoj Ahuja on 31st of December. Important, students, take a note of this. That's all for the day. Now let's move to the revision part, students. The session will be quite beneficial for you all. We will be discussing multiple MCQs that will be based on your exam pattern. Which country partnered with India in November for 7,995 crore rupees follow-on support deal for Navy's MH-60R Seahawk helicopter? It is USA, United States of America. Right? This agreement is worth how much amount? 7,995 crore rupees. Take a note of this. This is important. And follow-on support will be provided here. That means after the purchase of the helicopters, further repair and whatever requirement is there will be provided here. Further support will be provided. Next is identify the authority that launched the phase 2 of the non-intrusive usage of data to guide and enable, that is the nudge campaign in November, to promote voluntarily reporting of foreign assets. So this is important. This nudge campaign full form can be asked, and it is to voluntarily report your foreign assets to the government. Question asked is identify that authority that launched it. It was launched by CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes. Next, name the institute that signed a memorandum of understanding with CDOT in November to establish a center of excellence in Uttarakhand. So, which is that institute? It is IIT Roorkee, Indian Institute of Technology, Roorkee. They signed this MOU with CDOT in November to establish a center of excellence in Uttarakhand. Next, mark the correct statement regarding the 56th International Film Festival of India that was held in November in the month of Goa. So mark the correct statement here. If we look at the option, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, for which term has India been re-elected for in the category B of the International Maritime Organization Council during the 34th session held in London, UK? So right option is for the session 26-27. Next is according to the 66th edition of the India Tourism Data Compendium released by the Ministry of Tourism, which state led India in attracting foreign tourists in 2024? So Maharashtra held the maximum number of foreign tourists in their state, right? If we see here, 3.71 million foreign tourists came to Maharashtra as a total. If in India we see, for India we received a total of almost 20.94 million foreign tourists. Maharashtra was on the first position, second was West Bengal, then UP, then Gujarat, and then Rajasthan. Next is you have to find the correct statement regarding the event of CSIR's arm NAL in Bengaluru, Karnataka. If we look at the option A is right and B is right, C is wrongly mentioned here. It is saying that the Iron Bird facility inaugurated during the event was designed for enhancing weather monitoring operations at civil airports. Is it so? This Iron Bird facility. So this Iron Bird facility is an important platform for full system integration, ground testing and validation of major aircraft subsystems, right? Not for weather monitoring. Next, ISRO Chairman V. Narayan, they inaugurated India's first private navigation hub, the Anand Center of Excellence for Navigation, where it was in Trivandrum, Kerala. Trivandrum, Kerala. Next, for which term was India re-elected to UNESCO Executive Board during the 43rd UNESCO General Conference held in Samarkand, Uzbekistan in November? So this is for the term 2025 to 2029. Next, name the institution that partnered with the Directorate General of Naval Armament Inspection of the Indian Navy and Apollo Microsystems Limited in November to develop next generation indigenous naval armament systems. So it is IIT Chennai. Take a note of this. This is your IIT Chennai. And this MOU, it was signed during Swalamban 2025 that was held at the Manekshaw Center. Next, identify the country that partnered with India to conduct the 14th edition of the Joint Military Exercise Equivalent held in December in Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala. So the country is Maldives. So Equivalent was held between India and Maldives. Next, which organization signed a 2-year memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Tourism in December to promote India as a global tourism hotspot? So it is MasterCard. Next, name the defense public sector undertaking secured orders worth around 2400 crore rupees from the Indian Army for the supply of anti-tank guided missiles and surface-to-air missiles in the December month. So right option here is Bharat Dynamics Limited, that is BDL. Next, identify the year that has been fixed as the target by the Government of India to achieve a 5% sustainable aviation fuel blending target for international flights as announced by Union Minister of State Civil Aviation Muralidhar Mohal. Right? So right option is, which is the year that has been set here? The year is 2030. Next, name the organization that unveiled India's new seismic map in November, which placed the entire Himalayan arc under the highest risk zone 6 category, and 6 is highest category, right? Highest risk category that has been considered. This is the new zone that has been introduced lately. So it is BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. They have placed Himalaya arc under the highest risk zone 6 category. Next, where did Odisha's Chief Minister Mohan Charan Manji inaugurated 15th International Sand Art Festival organized by the Department of Tourism of the Government of Odisha in December? So, where did Odisha's Chief Minister inaugurated this? It was at the Konark Temple in Konark, that is in Odisha. Next is in December, Annapurna Devi, right, launched Dash Days intensive awareness campaign for a child marriage free Bharat in New Delhi to mark the first anniversary of Bal Vivah Mukt Bharat Abhiyan. So, Union Minister Annapurna Devi launched 100th Days intensive awareness campaign. Right, option 4 is right. Next, where was the 10th edition of the India-Indonesia Joint Special Force military exercise Garuda Shakti conducted to enhance interoperability and strengthen the counter-terrorism readiness in December month? So, Baklaw in Himachal Pradesh. This is the location where this exercise Garuda Shakti was conducted, the 10th edition of it. Next, correct statement regarding the Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to India. Here, all these three options are rightly mentioned. Next, name the country that is participating with India in the 5th edition of the joint military exercise. Harimau Shakti commenced at the Mahajan Field Firing Range in Rajasthan. If we look at the option here, name that country that is participating. The right option is Malaysia. Next, United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs has released the World Urbanization Prospectus, that is the 22nd edition in November. Question is, which city ranked as the world's most popular city in the assessment, where New Delhi ranked the 4th? So, right option here is Jakarta, Indonesia. Next, Australia-based Lowy Institute, they have released the 7th edition of the Asia Power Index in November. Choose the country that does not appear in the top 5 ranking as per the report of the Lowy Institute. Among the following, Australia is not among the top 5. USA, then China, then India, then it is Japan, and then Russia. This is the ranking here. Next, name the expression that Oxford University Press selected as the word of the year for 2025. So, what is the word of the year as per the Oxford University? It is rage bait. This is the word of the year. Next, mark the Indian public sector undertaking that secured the highest rank among the Indian companies in SIPRI Top 100 Arms Producing and Military Service Company list released in December. So, right option here is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Right, this is that Indian public sector undertaking that secured the highest rank among the Indian companies. Next, identify the organization that approved $475.8 million in loans in November for healthcare in Assam and ecotourism development in Meghalaya. So, identify that organization. It is Asian Development Bank. Next, name the interoperable net banking platform launched by NPCI Bharat Bill Pay Limited in November to simplify the digital banking and transform merchant payments. It is Banking Connect. Right option is option 3. Next is RBI has released the National Strategy for Financial Inclusion 25 to 30 in December, mark the option that is not included under its 5 Panch Jyoti objectives. Here, enhancing monetary policy transmission is not among the top, is not under the top 5 or Panch Jyoti objectives here. Next, RBI has released annual report of the Ombudsman scheme. Mark the correct statement regarding the report here. If we look at the option, all 3 of them are rightly mentioned. Next, we have to find the incorrect statement regarding the major loan approval signed between India and Asian Development Bank. So, we have to find the incorrect option here, right? A is right, B is right, C is wrong. C is saying Asian Development Bank approved $210 million loan for Gujarat to fund their state skills development program. So, for Gujarat, it was not $210 million, but actually $110 million approved here, right, for skilling of the people in Gujarat. Next, which of the following banks were identified as domestic systematically important banks for 2025 by RBI in December? If we look at the option, all these 3 of the banks, SBI, HDFC and ICICI Bank, were classified as domestic systematically important banks for 2025. Next, SEBI, they have recently introduced Swagat FI platform under the SEBI regulations of 2025 to allow low risk foreign investors easier participation in the Indian securities market. What does W in this Swagat stands for? So in simply the full form is being asked here. Swagat, what does it stands for? Single window automatic and generalized access for trusted foreign investors. So here W stands for window. Right, students, this will provide easy investment access to various to foreign investors. This will enable unified registration process, correct, and multiple routes will be provided for such entities on this platform. And this will be coming into effect from 1st of June 2026 onwards. Swagat FY. Next, which bank has signed a MOU with NPCI International Payment Limited in December to enable UPI KHQR based cross border digital payments between India and Cambodia? It is ACLEDA Bank PLC. Next, name the payment bank that became the first in India to receive the RBI's in principle approval for conservation into a small finance bank. So a payment bank will be converting into a small finance bank. Which is this? It is your Fino Payments Bank Limited. Next, identify the institution that was honored by United Nations Population Fund in November for winning the 2025 UN Populations Award in the institutional category. So right option here is International Union for Scientific Study of Population. Next, in December, 5 products from Tamil Nadu got the GI tag. Correct. Which of the following is not among them? So among the following, if we see here, which of the following product is not among them? Kanchipuram silk sari is not the product that got the GI tag. Rest all got the GI tag. With this, Tamil Nadu has a total of 74 products that got the GI tag. Next, mention the board where ACC appointed Vivek Chaturvedi as the chairman, succeeding Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. So right option here is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, that is CBIC. Right, and he will be succeeding whom? He will be succeeding Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. Next, Stephen Pressner was appointed as the UN Resident Coordinator in India for how much term? For a term of 4 years, and he will be succeeding Shombi Sharp. Next, name the shipbuilder that delivered the 4th Nigeria or Nilgiri class frigate INS Taragiri. I repeat, the name is 4th Nilgiri class and the name here is INS Taragiri. Correct. Name the shipbuilder that delivered this. So it was delivered by Madgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. Next, where did the DRDO? They successfully conducted the high-speed rocket sled test of a fighter aircraft escape system in December. So it was in Chandigarh, Haryana. Next is in November, India has launched dash amid cyclone Titwa. What is the name of the operation that was launched by India? It is Operation Sagar Bandhu, right? And it was during cyclone Ditwa, correct, that was causing devastation in Sri Lanka, and to provide humanitarian aid and disaster relief in Sri Lanka, this Operation Sagar Bandhu was launched. Next is name the beverage company that became the official beverage partner for the Tata Women's Premier League in November. It is Bisleri International. Next, name the men's field hockey team that defeated India to claim its maiden Sultan Azlan Shah Cup title in the final held in Malaysia from 23rd to 30th of November. Right option is Belgium. Next, who won the 2025 Qatar Grand Prix on 30th of November at the Qatar circuit? So, Max Verstappen has won here the Qatar Grand Prix. Next, who won the Jerusalem Masters chess tournament by defeating Vishwanath Anand in the finals? Arjun Argesi, also an Indian Grandmaster. Next, which university emerged as the overall champion by securing 67 medals at the 5th edition of Khelo India University Games across 7 cities in Rajasthan from 24th of November to 5th of December? So, which university emerged as the overall champion here? Chandigarh University. Next, Swaraj Kaushal, noted lawyer and former public servant, passed away in December. Which state had he served as the governor? He served as the governor for Mizoram. Next, when is World Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, that is World AIDS Day, observed across the globe? So it is observed on 1st of December. Next, the 26th edition of Hornbill Festival was held from 1st to 10th of December at Kisama Heritage Village in Kohima, Nagaland, featuring 6 international partner countries. Which of the following is not one of them? Here, Japan is not one of the partner countries here, right? And this is the 26th Hornbill Festival. Next, in November, Election Commission of India invited citizens to provide feedback on the ECI Net application through dedicated window from November 27 to 27th of December. In which year ECI was established? It was established in 1950. Next, name the Indian cricketer created history in November by hitting his 352nd ODI six, surpassing Shahid Afridi's long-standing record of 351 sixes. So, right option is Rohit Sharma. Next is Nagaland celebrated their 63rd statehood day in December, marking their formation as India's 16th state on 1st of December in 1963. Who was the governor of Nagaland present at the celebrations held at the state secretariat campus in Kohima? So, Ajay Kumar Bhalla was the governor here. Next, which organization reported a 32% year-on-year surge in UPI transaction volumes from November, reaching 20.47 billion transactions? So, right option here is National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI. Next, identify the company that partnered with Karnataka Bank Limited in December to upgrade their digital banking system using Cloud Park for integration on Red Hat OpenShift. So, right option is IBM. Next, which city hosted the grand inauguration of the 4th edition of Kashi Tamil Samangam in December? That is an 8-day cultural initiative celebrating the civilizational bond between Kashi and Tamil Nadu. The right option is Varanasi, UP. Next, name the person who was appointed as the Chief Executive Officer of LG Electronics starting from 1st December, succeeding William Chu. So, right option is Ryu J. Shul. Next, UP has become the first state in India to host 5 international airports in December. Which of the following cities does not have an international airport among the 5? Right option is Ghaziabad. Next is, which credit assessment system was launched by the Government of India in December to automate MSME's loan appraisal using the digitally sourced verifiable data? Right option is Credit Assessment Model, that is CAM. World Heart Day is annually observed on 29th of September across the globe to create awareness about cardiovascular disease and the measure to prevent them. This year 2025, it marks which edition? It marks the 25th anniversary of the World Heart Day. Next, identify the day that is observed every year as World Vegetarian Day to promote health, ethical, environmental benefits of vegetarian lifestyle. So, when do we observe World Vegetarian Day? It is observed on 1st of October. Next, choose the correct theme of the International Coffee Day celebrated globally on 1st October to highlight the fair trade, sustainability and the importance of coffee growers. So, choose the correct theme here. Theme being embracing collaboration more than ever. This is the theme that I want you all to take a note of. Next, UN observes the International Day of Non-Violence on which day to honor Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of peace and non-violence? So it is 2nd October we observe this day. Next, when was the theme? What was the theme of the World Teachers Day observed on 5th of October by UNESCO? So what is the theme here? Theme being recasting teaching as a collaborative profession. This is the theme. Next, World Cerebral Palsy Day observed globally on which day to raise awareness about the rights, inclusion and achievements of individuals living with cerebral palsy. So it is 6th of October we observe this day. Theme is unique and united. What is the theme? Unique and united. This is the theme. Take a note of it. Next, UN World or United Nations observed World Cotton Day on 7th of October. When was the first ever World Cotton Day observed? So first time World Cotton Day was observed in the year 2021. Cotton is grown in black soil. Black soil is also known as Ragur soil. Next, what was the theme of Indian Air Force Day observed on 8th of October, marking the 93rd anniversary of the Indian Air Force? So it is Indian Air Force, infallible, impervious and precise. This is the theme. Next, okay, one more thing. This is the 93rd anniversary that you need to remember. Next, on which day of the week is United Nations World Migratory Bird Day observed across the globe in May and October? So it is second Saturday that we observe this day, second Saturday of May and October. So it was 11th of October this time. Next is, when is World Mental Health Day observed globally to raise awareness and promote mental health and support? It is 10th of October we observe this day. Next, World Day Against Death Penalty was observed globally on 10th of October. What was the theme of this year's observance? Theme being that death penalty protects no one, abolish it now. This is the theme. Next, the International Day of the Girl Child was observed globally on 10th of October. Globally on which date? It is observed on 11th of October, not 10th, to highlight the challenges that are faced by the girls and promote their empowerment and human rights. So, 11th of October. Next, when is World Arthritis Day observed globally to raise awareness about rheumatic and musculoskeletal disease? So, when is World Arthritis Day observed? It is observed on 12th of October. First time observed in 1996. Next, United Nations observes the International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction every year on 13th of October to promote global awareness about reducing disaster risk. What was the theme of IDDRR 2025? Theme being Fund Resilience, not Disaster. Right, and first observed in 1990. Next, when is World Standards Day observed globally to celebrate the importance of standardization and honor those contributing to the development of voluntary standards? So, World Standards Day observed on 14th of October. Next, when is World Students Day observed annually to commemorate the birth anniversary of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the 11th President of India, also known as the Missile Man of India? So, we observe this when on 15th of October. Correct? World Students Day. And this is the 94th anniversary of the of the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam birth anniversary. Next, when is the United Nations International Day for the Eradication of Poverty observed globally? It is observed on 17th of. I correct? When do we observe this International Day? Yes, it is observed on 17th of October, right? And this is the 33rd edition we observed this for this day. Next is what is the theme of the World Trauma Day observed annually on 17th of October? World Trauma Day. Theme being building a safer future with trauma care. This is the theme that I want you all to remember. Right? Building a safer future with trauma care. Next, on 20th of October, National Solidarity Day is observed annually in India to commemorate the soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the Indochina War in which year? In 1962. Next, mention the date of observance for World Iodine Deficiency, celebrated globally to promote the importance of iodine in maintaining good health and preventing iodine deficiency disorders. So, mention the date of observance. It is 21st of October. Next, on which day is UN observing the World Development Information Day, highlighting the global development challenges and promoting international cooperation? So, UN World Development Day, when do we observe this day? What is the day when do we observe this? It is 24th of October. Right, then ITBP Raising Day. It is 64th ITBP Raising Day observed on 24th of October. Right? Next is when was the 13th edition of the International Lead Poisoning Prevention Week observed in 2025 to raise awareness about the harmful effects of lead exposure, particularly in children, and to promote actions to prevent lead poisoning. So it is observed from 19th to 25th of October. This is the theme here. Right, and first time it was observed in 2012. Next, identify the organization that established World Polio Day annually on 24th of October to raise awareness about global efforts to eradicate poliomyelitis, that is polio. So it is RI, that is Rotary International. Next, Infantry Day was observed on 27th of October to honor the valuable sacrifice of the Indian Army's infantry. The Indian Army also celebrated Shaurya Divas on the same day to commemorate their successful landing at Srinagar airfield during the Indo-Pak conflict. Identify the year of this military operation. What is the year? It is 1947. Next, the UN World Day for Audiovisual Heritage is observed annually on 27th of October to emphasize the prevention of audiovisual records such as films, radio, digital archives. Find out the theme of this day. Theme is A Window to the World. Next, when was Dyslexia Awareness Month observed globally to raise awareness about dyslexia, a language processing disorder that affects reading and learning? So, dyslexia awareness is observed from 1st to 31st of October, right? This is for the whole month. Take a note of, students. These were your important current affairs, right? Then next question asked here is, when is Vigilance Awareness Week observed in India? So Vigilance Awareness Week is observed across India from 27th of October to 2nd of November. Take a note of this, right? What is the theme here? This is your homework. So these were. Next, students, is our homework section. First question is, tell me recently Dash has secured the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage status, that is a historic milestone for India. Second question, tell me recently, students, if I ask you, which organization has launched Kerala's first Gen Z post office and it was launched where? Third question, tell me recently, when do we observe or which edition of India International Science Festival began in Panchkula? Fourth question, tell me, students, recently, what is the rank of India in the passport, right? World's strongest passport. What is the rank of India and which is the top 3 strongest passports in the world? Fifth question, which organization is acquiring Warner Bros? Warner Bros. So which organization is acquiring Warner Bros and for what amount they are acquiring it? So these are your 5 homework questions, students, and I need to see maximum participation from all the students watching this video. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. हेलो एवरीवन, कैसे हैं आप सब? आई होप आप सब अच्छे होंगे। तो दोस्तों, आज की वीडियो में 27 दिसंबर के हम इंपॉर्टेंट करंट अफेयर्स डिस्कस करेंगे। आज की वीडियो में हम बात कर रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना की, जिसके 25 साल पूरे हो गए हैं ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट। देन डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह ने लॉन्च किया 5 डिजिटल गवर्नेंस रिफॉर्म्स को ऑन गुड गवर्नेंस डे। मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सिविल एविएशन ने ग्रांट किया एनओसीज टू अल हिंद एयर, फ्लाई एक्सप्रेस एंड शंख एयर। देन प्रेसिडेंट मुर्मू मैम, इन्होंने रिलीज किया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इन संथली लैंग्वेज। इन सभी चीजों को डिटेल में डिस्कस करेंगे, एंड तक बने रहिएगा, काफी बेनिफिशियल सेशन रहेगा। ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स, अगर आप नए जुड़े हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। वी आर वन स्टॉप सॉल्यूशन फॉर करंट अफेयर्स। स्टार्ट करते हैं नेशनल अफेयर से। प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना, ये बेसिकली सन 2000 में एक स्कीम लॉन्च की गई थी सरकार के द्वारा, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट के द्वारा, ताकि रूरल एरियाज में सड़क को बनाई जा सके। जिससे क्या होगा स्टूडेंट्स, कनेक्टिविटी बेटर होगी। कनेक्टिविटी बेटर होगी तो लोगों का एक जगह से आना जाना बेटर होगा। इससे क्या होगा, ट्रेड फ्लरिश होगा, राइट? तो कनेक्टिविटी इज इन डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू द ट्रेड। ट्रेड बेटर करने के लिए हमें ये करना पड़ता है, एंड लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह मूवमेंट कर सकें। इससे हमारी इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट होगी, एंड इसीलिए ये स्कीम लॉन्च की गई थी सरकार के द्वारा। इसके अंडर 8,85,000 किलोमीटर प्रपोज किया गया था बनाना, जिसमें से 7,87,000 किलोमीटर ऑलरेडी बनाया जा चुका है। ठीक है, मार्क करके चलेंगे। इसी के अलावा FY26 के लिए 19,000 करोड़ रुपए का यहाँ पे बजट अलोकेट किया गया। इसके बाद आ जाते हैं यूनियन मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह, इनके द्वारा 5 डिजिटल गवर्नेंस रिफॉर्म्स को लॉन्च किया गया ऑन गुड गवर्नेंस डे। गुड गवर्नेंस डे हम कब ऑब्जर्व करते हैं? 25 दिसंबर को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। एंड फॉर्मर प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया लेट अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी, राइट, इनके बर्थ एनिवर्सरी पे हम इसको ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। ये 10वें प्राइम मिनिस्टर थे इंडिया के, एंड इनकी गवर्नेंस स्टाइल को ऑनर करने के लिए ये डे ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है। तो अभी डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी के द्वारा 5 इनिशिएटिव्स लॉन्च किए गए। पहला है कंपेडियम ऑन रिजर्वेशन फॉर एक्स सर्विसमैन। सेकंड, AI पावर्ड रिक्रूटमेंट रूल्स जनरेटर टूल। थर्ड, EHMRS 2.0 मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन। चौथा आ जाता है IGOT AI प्लेटफॉर्म, एंड पांचवा है कर्मयोगी डिजिटल लर्निंग लैब 2.0 को लॉन्च किया गया। तो ये 5 चीजें यहाँ पे लॉन्च की गई हैं। इसके बाद आते हैं मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ सिविल एविएशन, इन्होंने ग्रांट किया NOC नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट 3 एयरलाइंस को, कौन कौन सी हैं, अल हिंद एयर, फ्लाई एक्सप्रेस एंड शंख एयर। क्यों किया गया, क्योंकि अभी हम देख रहे थे इंडिगो एंड एयर इंडिया, इन दोनों के पास ही पूरी एयरलाइन में मोनोपोली थी इंडिया की, एंड 90% ऑफ द ट्रैवलर्स इन्हीं के पास आते थे। लेकिन इससे क्या होता था, ये बहुत मनमानी करते थे, तो इस मोनोपोली को खत्म करने के लिए सरकार के द्वारा शंख एयर को तो पहले दे दिया था ग्रांट, एनओसी दे दिया था, अब अल हिंद एयर एंड फ्लाई एक्सप्रेस को भी ग्रांट किया गया है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मू मैम, इन्होंने रिलीज किया कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इन संथली लैंग्वेज। ये डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि प्रेसिडेंट द्रौपदी मुर्मू मैम के द्वारा किस लैंग्वेज में अभी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को रिलीज किया गया था, तो संथली लैंग्वेज में इसको रिलीज किया गया। इसके बाद आ जाते हैं निफ्टेम के, जो कि है नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फूड टेक्नोलॉजी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड मैनेजमेंट, कुंडली में ये है, ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फूड प्रोसेसिंग एंड इंडस्ट्रीज के अंडर आता है। इन्होंने एक एमओयू साइन किया मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ माइनॉरिटी अफेयर्स के साथ, ताकि स्किलिंग के ऊपर काम किया जा सके, ताकि लोगों को, इंडिया में यूथ को स्किल्स प्रोवाइड कराए जा सके, इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक स्किल्स प्रोवाइड कराए जा सके, ताकि वो जॉब रेडी हो सके, एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेडी हो सके। स्टूडेंट्स, स्किल चेंज होती रहती है मार्केट में, हर साल, दूसरे साल, तीसरे साल आप देखते हैं जो डिमांड होती है वो चेंज होती रहती है, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेड होती रहती है, तो लोगों को अप टू डेट रहना पड़ता है, बच्चों को अप टू डेट रहना पड़ता है, इसीलिए स्किलिंग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है रेलेवेंट रहने के लिए मार्केट में, राइट। तो इसीलिए ये एमओयू साइन किया गया कि लोगों को स्किल्स सिखाए जा सकें, ताकि वो एम्प्लॉयमेंट उनको इंश्योर किया जा सके। मूविंग ऑन, एंड ये किसके अंडर किया गया, पीएम विकास स्कीम। ये क्या है, प्रधानमंत्री विरासत का संवर्धन स्कीम, यही आपकी स्कीम है पीएम विकास स्कीम, जहां पे स्किलिंग के ऊपर बात की जाती है। फिर आ जाते हैं इसके बाद जोहो बैग कंपनी है एक, वॉक्सल ग्रिड्स, ये जोहो बैग स्टार्टअप है, इन्होंने इंडिया का पहला इंडिजिनियस एमआरआई स्कैनर बनाया है, एमआरआई। ये क्या है, मैग्नेटिक रेजोनेंस इमेजिंग, 1.5 टेस्ला का ये रहेगा। आप कभी डॉक्टर के पास गए होंगे तो आपको एमआरआई टेस्ट बताया होगा, जिससे आपको क्या होता है, बॉडी की प्रॉपर स्कैनिंग होती है, जिससे आपकी बॉडी की एक बेटर इमेज आती है, जिसकी मदद से डॉक्टर्स आपका बेटर ट्रीटमेंट कर सकते हैं, बेटर एनालिसिस कर सकते हैं। इसीलिए ये जरूरी होती है। और ये क्या होता था, पहले हम इनको इंपोर्ट करते थे दूसरी कंट्री से, अब ये इंपोर्ट पे डिपेंडेंस खत्म हो जाएगी, क्योंकि ये टेक्नोलॉजी हमने इन हाउस बना ली है। एंड ये पहली इंडिजीनियसली बिल्ट एमआरआई स्कैनर है, जो कि चंद्रापुर कैंसर केयर फाउंडेशन के द्वारा नागपुर महाराष्ट्र में भी इसको डेवलप किया गया। किसके द्वारा, वॉक्सल ग्रिड्स के द्वारा इसको डेवलप किया गया, जो कि जोहो बेस्ड स्टार्टअप है। इंपॉर्टेंट है स्टूडेंट्स, आज की काफी सारी न्यूज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, मार्क करके चलेंगे। फिर आ जाते हैं, इंडिया ने अनवेल किया पहला ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम नेटवर्क डाटाबेस को, जो ट्रैक करेगा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्रिमिनल्स को एंड टेरर लिंक्स को। आई रिपीट, अमित शाह जी के द्वारा अभी पहला, इंडिया का फर्स्ट एवर नेशनल लेवल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम नेटवर्क डाटाबेस को लॉन्च किया, जो कॉम्बैट करेगा ऑर्गेनाइज्ड क्राइम एंड टेरर लिंक नेटवर्क को। ये अनवेल किया गया ड्यूरिंग एंटी टेरर कॉन्फ्रेंस, जो कि 2 डे लॉन्ग एनुअल इवेंट था न्यू दिल्ली में। इसके बाद आ जाते हैं इंटरनेशनल अफेयर्स पे। हमारी कंट्री इंडिया ने अज्यूम की चेयरमैनशिप ऑफ किम्बरली प्रोसेस फ्रॉम 1 जनवरी 2026। ये किम्बरली प्रोसेस क्या है, बेसिकली कि जो फेक डायमंड्स होते हैं, राइट, फेक डायमंड्स, राइट, जो काउंटरफिट डायमंड्स होते हैं, चोरी के डायमंड्स होते हैं, जो लीगल डायमंड्स नहीं होते, नकली डायमंड्स होते हैं, उनको ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन से एलिमिनेट करने का ये काम करती है ये किम्बरली प्रोसेस। एंड इंडिया ने यहाँ पे चेयरमैनशिप अज्यूम करी है इस बार इस किम्बरली प्रोसेस की। काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है स्टूडेंट्स, ये न्यूज मार्क करके चलेंगे। एंड तीसरी बार इंडिया के द्वारा यहाँ पे अज्यूम की गई है इस पार्टनरशिप, इस चेयरमैनशिप को। एंड हम किससे लेंगे ये चेयरमैनशिप, अभी यूएई के पास थी ये चेयरमैनशिप, एंड अब हमारे इंडिया के पास ये चेयरमैनशिप आ जाएगी, करेक्ट। तो कन्फ्लिक्ट डायमंड्स, फेक डायमंड्स, इनको ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन से हटाने का काम करती है ये किम्बरली प्रोसेस। फिर आ जाते हैं इसके बाद बैंकिंग एंड फाइनेंस पे। सेबी के द्वारा सिंप्लीफाई किया गया प्रोसीजर फॉर इशूइंग डुप्लीकेट सिक्योरिटीज एंड इंक्रीज्ड थ्रेशोल्ड, राइट। आई रिपीट, प्रोसीजर फॉर इशूइंग डुप्लीकेट सिक्योरिटीज एंड इंक्रीजिंग द थ्रेशोल्ड। यहां पे हम देखेंगे जो रेगुलेटर है, दैट हैज डबल्ड, द रेगुलेटर हैज डबल्ड द मॉनिटरी थ्रेशोल्ड फॉर द सिंप्लीफाइड डॉक्यूमेंटेशन 5 लाख से 10 लाख, मेकिंग द प्रोसेस फास्टर, मोर एफिशिएंट एंड इन्वेस्टर फ्रेंडली। ये इंप्लाई करता है दैट द इन्वेस्टर्स होल्डिंग सिक्योरिटीज वैल्यूड अप टू 10 लाख रुपीज विल नाउ बी रिक्वायर्ड टू सबमिट फ्यूअर डॉक्यूमेंट्स। मूविंग ऑन, फिर आ जाते हैं अपॉइंटमेंट्स एंड रेजिग्नेशन पे। गवर्नमेंट ने अपॉइंट किया 3 सीनियर एडवोकेट्स को एज द एडिशनल सॉलिसिटर्स जनरल टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट। कौन कौन है, देवेंद्र पाल सिंह, के रविंद्र कुमार एंड अनिल कौशिक जी को एडिशनल सॉलिसिटर जनरल अपॉइंट किया गया ऑफ इंडिया फॉर द सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया। मार्क करेंगे, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन। फिर इसके बाद पीवी सिंधु, जो कि एक 2 टाइम ओलंपिक मेडलिस्ट एंड 2019 की वर्ल्ड चैंपियन है, इनको अभी इलेक्ट किया गया टू द चेयर ऑफ द बैडमिंटन वर्ल्ड फेडरेशन एथलीट्स कमीशन के में फॉर 2026 से 29। ये टर्म जरूर पूछेंगे, याद रखेंगे। ऐसे आ जाएंगे, 3 ऑप्शन दे देंगे, इसमें से एक टर्म दे देंगे 2025 से 2028। तो बताओ विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज इनकरेक्ट। तो टर्म बहुत जरूरी है स्टूडेंट्स। 2026 से 2029 टर्म के लिए पीवी सिंधु को चेयर अपॉइंट किया गया ऑफ BWF एथलेटिक्स कमीशन। किनको सक्सीड करेंगी? ग्रेसिया पॉली को ये सक्सीड करेंगी, जो कि इंडोनेशिया से हैं। फिर इसके बाद आ जाते हैं साइंस एंड टेक पर। हमारी कंट्री इंडिया ने सक्सेसफुली टेस्ट किया K4 मिसाइल को विद 3500 किलोमीटर की रेंज के साथ। एंड इसको कहां से टेस्ट किया गया था? इसको INS अरिघात से यूजिंग इस नेवल शिप से टेस्ट किया गया था। देखो ये क्या है, ये एक सबमरीन है जो कि इंडिया की सेकंड न्यूक्लियर पावर्ड सबमरीन है। तो 2-3 क्वेश्चन बनते हैं। इंडिया ने टेस्ट किया K4, ऐसे आ जाएगा कि K4 मिसाइल किसने टेस्ट किया? हमारे देश इंडिया के द्वारा टेस्ट किया गया। कहां से टेस्ट किया गया? INS अरिघात की मदद से टेस्ट किया गया। लोकेशन क्या रहेगी? तो बे ऑफ बंगाल में इसको टेस्ट किया गया ऑफ द कोस्ट ऑफ विशाखापट्टनम, आंध्र प्रदेश। फिर इसके बाद क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा कि इसकी रेंज क्या है, कितनी रेंज है इस K4 मिसाइल की? तो 3500 किलोमीटर की इसकी रेंज रहेगी। इसके बाद क्वेश्चन आ जाएगा कि किसके द्वारा इसको मैन्युफैक्चर किया गया। 2 क्वेश्चन आएंगे, डेवलप किसके द्वारा किया गया एंड मैन्युफैक्चर किसके द्वारा। डेवलप आ जाए तो DRDO के द्वारा, मैन्युफैक्चर आ जाए तो भारत डायनेमिक्स लिमिटेड के द्वारा इसको मैन्युफैक्चर किया गया। अगर मैं भारत डायनेमिक्स लिमिटेड की बात करूं तो चेयरमैन एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर कौन रहेंगे? कमांडर A माधव राव। इसका हेडक्वार्टर कहाँ पे है भारत डायनेमिक्स लिमिटेड का? तो हैदराबाद, तेलंगाना में है। एंड इसको 1970 में स्टैब्लिश किया गया। इसके बाद आते हैं एनवायरमेंट पे स्टूडेंट्स। जूलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया के साइंटिस्ट ने डिस्कवर की न्यू सॉइल ड्वेलिंग माइक्रो एंथ्रोपॉड स्पीशीज को नीलस सिक्किमेनेसिस, एंड सिक्किम को ऑनर करने के लिए ये नाम इनके नेम के बिहाफ पे रखा गया। इसके बाद आते हैं इंपॉर्टेंट डेज पे। वीर बाल दिवस स्टूडेंट्स हम 26 दिसंबर को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। ये डे ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है टू ऑनर द मार्टरडम, राइट, जो शहीद हुए थे साहिबजादा के सन, 4 सन ऑफ श्री गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी। उनके 4 सन जो यहाँ पे शहीद हुए थे, उनको ऑनर करने के लिए ये डे ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है। 4th ऑब्जर्वेंस इनका हमने ऑब्जर्व किया वीर बाल दिवस का। पहली बार इसको सन 2022 में ऑब्जर्व किया गया था। इसके बाद आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ एपिडेमिक प्रिपेयर्डनेस। 27 दिसंबर को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं। जब से कोविड आया स्टूडेंट्स, हमने देखा कि हमें एपिडेमिक्स के लिए पहले से ही प्रिपेयर रहना चाहिए। हम उसके बारे में अवेयरनेस क्रिएट कर सकें, हम पहले से ही प्रोसेसेस बना सकें, स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स बना सकें कि अगर ऐसी सिचुएशन आती है तो कैसे टैकल करना है, क्या क्या मेडिसिन से टैकल करना है, राइट। तो इसके बारे में पहले से ही हम प्रिपेयर रह सकें, ऐसी एपिडेमिक को लेके ये डे ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है। इस डे का हमने 6ठा ऑब्जर्वेंस इस बार ऑब्जर्व किया, 6th एडिशन रहेगा। पहली बार इसको सन 2020 में ऑब्जर्व किया गया था 27 दिसंबर को। फिर आते हैं स्टेट न्यूज पे। अभी ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट ने अपॉइंट किया अनु गर्ग को एज द फर्स्ट वीमेन चीफ सेक्रेटरी। तो अनु गर्ग ये पहली वीमेन चीफ सेक्रेटरी अपॉइंट की गई हैं ओडिशा गवर्नमेंट की। ये डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, क्यों? एन इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, क्यों? क्योंकि अनु गर्ग ये पहली वीमेन, फर्स्ट वीमेन टू होल्ड द स्टेट्स टॉप ब्यूरोक्रेटिक पोजीशन। सीएस एक सीनियर IAS ऑफिसर है ऑफ द चीफ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ ओडिशा, करेक्ट। एंड इनको चीफ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ ओडिशा अपॉइंट किया गया, पहली वीमेन चीफ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ ओडिशा। तो दोस्तों ये थे हमारे आज के इंपॉर्टेंट करंट अफेयर्स। अब आ जाते हैं रिवीजन पार्ट पे, जिससे आपकी लर्निंग और स्ट्रांग होगी। नेक्स्ट ये हम देख चुके हैं, ऑप्शन सी यहाँ पे सही रहेगा। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कंपनीज अपॉइंटेड संजय चालके एज देयर न्यू चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर सक्सीडिंग अश्विन याडी। तो केप जेमिनी इंडिया की ये यहाँ पे अपॉइंट किए गए हैं, राइट, संजय चालके एज द न्यू चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, एंड अश्विन याडी को ये सक्सीड यहाँ पे करेंगे। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, हु वॉज अपॉइंटेड एज द ब्रांड एम्बेसडर ऑफ विकसित भारत बिल्डेथॉन, जो कि एक नेशन वाइड इनोवेशन इनिशिएटिव है जिसका एम रहेगा टू एंगेज द स्टूडेंट्स फ्रॉम क्लास 6 to 12th बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन। तो किनको अपॉइंट किया गया ब्रांड एम्बेसडर यहाँ पे? शुभांशु शुक्ला, ये ग्रुप कैप्टन है एंड ये एक्सियोम मिशन का पार्ट थे, एक्सियोम 4 मिशन जो कि इसरो एंड नासा का एक कोलैबोरेशन था। एंड ये कहाँ पर गया था? इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन पे गया था। तो ये पहले इंडियन बन गए, राइट, जो कि जिन्होंने बेसिकली इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन पे ये गए थे, राइट, फर्स्ट इंडियन टू रीच द इंटरनेशनल स्पेस स्टेशन। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई करो पर्सन को हु वाज स्वॉर्न इन एज द चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव मेंबर ऑफ द बोडोलैंड टेरिटोरियल काउंसिल। बोडोलैंड बेसिकली कम्युनिटी है असम में ही, राइट। तो असम में बोडोलैंड टेरिटोरियल काउंसिल के ये चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव मेंबर बने। कौन है ये इंडिविजुअल? ये है हगरामा मोहिलरी। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किनको अपॉइंट किया गया नया प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ मेडागास्कर इन अक्टूबर सक्सीडिंग क्रिश्चियन नेस्टे। तो ये हैं जनरल रूफिन फॉर्चुनेट जाफिसाम्बो, राइट। इनको अपॉइंट किया गया है नया प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ मेडागास्कर। नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड एज द न्यू एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर ऑफ आरबीआई, जो कि 3 मार्च 2026 से स्टार्ट होंगे जिनकी पोजीशन। तो किनको अपॉइंट किया गया है, हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड हियर एज द न्यू एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर ऑफ आरबीआई, वो है संजय कुमार हंसदा। नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई करो स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन को हु वॉज अपॉइंटेड एज द इंग्लिश प्रीमियर लीग एम्बेसडर इन इंडिया टू प्रमोट फुटबॉल अक्रॉस द कंट्री। तो अब फुटबॉल को प्रमोट करने के लिए तो ये है इंडियन क्रिकेटर संजू सैमसन, इनको अपॉइंट किया गया था यहाँ पे ईपीएल इंग्लिश प्रीमियर लीग का ब्रांड एम्बेसडर, ताकि फुटबॉल को इंडिया में प्रमोट किया जा सके। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द यूरोपियन कंट्री, जहां पे सेबेस्टियन लकॉर्नो, इनको रीअपॉइंट किया गया न्यू प्राइम मिनिस्टर बाय इमैनुअल मैक्रोन, तो ये फ्रांस से है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किनको अपॉइंट किया गया बाय द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द पीएचडी चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 2025-26 के लिए। तो किनको अपॉइंट किया गया है यहाँ पर, वो है राजीव जुनेजा, इनको अपॉइंट किया गया है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किनको अपॉइंट किया गया नया एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर आरबीआई का स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 9 अक्टूबर। सो हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड है, सोनाली सेन गुप्ता को यहाँ पे अपॉइंट किया गया है नया एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर। नेक्स्ट, आइडेंटिफाई द पर्सन हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड एज द फर्स्ट डेप्यूटी मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ इंटरनेशनल मॉनेटरी फंड। कौन किनको अपॉइंट किया गया, पहला डेप्यूटी मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर ऑफ आईएमएफ। आईएमएफ का हेडक्वार्टर वॉशिंगटन डीसी में होता है, तो यह है डैन कैट्स। नेक्स्ट फिर आ जाते हैं, किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलेक्ट किया महावीर लुनावत को एज द चेयरमैन फॉर सेकंड कॉन्जिक्यूटिव 2-year टर्म स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम अक्टूबर 2022। तो वो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, वो है एसोसिएशन ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर्स इन इंडिया। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, आइडेंटिफाई करो उस ऑटोमोबाइल कंपनी को जिन्होंने अपॉइंट किया तरुण गर्ग को एज देयर मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर एंड चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर, जो कि पहले इंडियन बने टू लीड द फर्म सिंस द इंसेप्शन इन 1996। तो फाइंड दैट ऑटोमोबाइल कंपनी, वो है हुंडई मोटर्स इंडिया लिमिटेड इज द राइट ऑप्शन, टेक अ नोट ऑफ इट। फिर आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स नेक्स्ट पे, उस पर्सन का नेम दैट पर्सन जिनको हु हैज बीन अपॉइंटेड एज द प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट ऑफ फिकी 25-26 के लिए। तो कौन है वो है अनंत गोयनका, राइट। ये है वो प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट फॉर फिकी 25-26 के लिए। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, विच ग्लोबल इंश्योरर एंड एसेट मैनेजर, इन्होंने अपॉइंट किया ऋतु अरोरा को एज द कंट्री हेड ऑफ इंडिया स्टार्टिंग इमीडिएटली, इफेक्टिव इमीडिएटली। तो अलायंस ग्रुप के यहाँ पर ये अलायंस ग्रुप वो ग्लोबल इंश्योरर एसेट मैनेजर है जिन्होंने अपॉइंट किया है ऋतु अरोरा को एज द कंट्री हेड फॉर इंडिया, एंड ये इफेक्टिव इमीडिएटली मतलब तुरंत इनकी पोजीशन यहाँ पे स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। नेक्स्ट, गुजरात स्टेट गवर्नमेंट अंडर द चीफ मिनिस्टर भूपेंद्र पटेल, इन्होंने एक्सटेंड किया अपना कैबिनेट इंक्लूडिंग 19 न्यू मिनिस्टर्स एंड रिटेनिंग 6, ब्रिंगिंग द टोटल नंबर ऑफ स्टैंड टू 26। पूछा जा रहा है यहाँ पे 5th डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर कौन बने हैं स्टेट के, किनको अपॉइंट किया गया है डेप्यूटी चीफ मिनिस्टर, वो है हर्ष रामेश कुमार सांघवी जी को। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, अभी एसीसी ने अप्रूव किया अपॉइंटमेंट 3 साल का एक्सटेंशन ऑफ ए रॉबर्ट जे रावी एज द चेयरमैन एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, कहाँ के, बीएसएनएल के, भारत संचार निगम लिमिटेड के, एंड एमटीएनएल के, महानगर टेलीकॉम निगम लिमिटेड, इन दोनों के यहाँ पे अपॉइंट किए गए हैं ये। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, फिर किनको इलेक्ट किया गया प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ आईसीए इंडियन क्रिकेटर्स एसोसिएशन, बिकमिंग द फर्स्ट वीमेन टू लीड द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। तो वो है शांता रंगस्वामी, ऑप्शन 2 यहाँ पे बिल्कुल सही रहेगा, शांता रंगस्वामी। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, मेंशन द टेन्योर ऑफ जस्टिस प्रतिभा एम सिंह ऑफ दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट एज द चेयर ऑफ वीपो एडवाइजरी बोर्ड ऑफ जजेस। वीपो क्या है, वर्ल्ड इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। तो 2025 से 2028 का यहाँ पे इनका, 2025 से 2027 का टर्म रहेगा, ये करेक्ट, ऑप्शन 4 यहाँ पे सही है। नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, किनको इलेक्ट किया गया एज जापान फर्स्ट फीमेल प्राइम मिनिस्टर। तो जापान की पहली फीमेल प्राइम मिनिस्टर कौन अपॉइंट हुई यहाँ पे, सनाए तकाइची। नेक्स्ट पे आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, फिर आइडेंटिफाई द हाई कोर्ट वेयर जस्टिस सुधीर सिंह को अपॉइंट किया गया एज द एक्टिंग चीफ जस्टिस इन अक्टूबर फॉलोइंग द रिटायरमेंट ऑफ चीफ जस्टिस पवन कुमार भिमप्पा बजंती। तो वो है पटना हाई कोर्ट, ऑप्शन सही है सी। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, आइडेंटिफाई द पर्सन जिनको रिअपॉइंट किया गया एज द पार्ट टाइम चेयरमैन ऑफ कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक एज अप्रूव्ड बाय आरबीआई। तो CS रंजन जी को यहाँ पे रिअपॉइंट किया गया एज द पार्ट टाइम चेयरमैन ऑफ कोटक महिंद्रा बैंक। नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, फिर किनको अपॉइंट किया गया न्यू चेयर ऑफ द बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स ऑफ सिटी ग्रुप सक्सीडिंग जॉन डुगान। तो ये जॉन डुगान को यहाँ सक्सीड करेंगे। कौन है ये है जेन फ्रॉसर, राइट, ये है जेन फ्रॉसर। नेक्स्ट पे आते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, मेंशन दैट कंट्री, जहाँ पे डॉक्टर पैट्रिक हेरमाइनी इनको स्वॉन इन किया गया छठा प्रेसिडेंट। तो वो कौन है, कौन सी कंट्री है, वो है रिपब्लिक ऑफ शीशेल्स। कि ये डॉक्टर पैट्रिक हेरमाइनी यहाँ पे अपॉइंट किए गए एज द प्रेसिडेंट इन अक्टूबर। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, हु हैज बिकम द वर्ल्ड्स ओल्डेस्ट सर्विंग प्रेसिडेंट एट द एज ऑफ 92, राइट, ये प्रेसिडेंट है कैमरून के। सो पॉल बाथले बियम्बी मोंदो, राइट, ये वर्ल्ड के ओल्डेस्ट प्रेसिडेंट बन गए हैं एंड ये कैमरून के प्रेसिडेंट रहेंगे। मार्क करके चलेंगे स्टूडेंट्स। नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट्स इज आवर होमवर्क सेक्शन। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, टेल मी रिसेंटली डैश हैज सिक्योर्ड द यूनेस्को intangible cultural heritage status, that is a historic milestone for India. Second question, tell me recently students, if I ask you which organization has launched Kerala's first Gen Z post office and it was launched where? Third question, tell me recently when do we observe or which edition of India International Science Festival began in Panchkula? Fourth question, tell me students recently what is the rank of India in the passport, right, world's strongest passport. What is the rank of India and which is the top 3 strongest passports in the world? Fifth question, which organization is acquiring Warner Bros? Warner Bros. So which organization is acquiring Warner Bros and for what amount they are acquiring it? So these are your 5 homework questions students, and I need to see maximum participation from all the students watching this video. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.